The weight of a whisper, Aisha's unseen strength, the first sliver of dawn, was Aisha's alarm clock. Not the chirping of birds, but the soft, insistent cry of her baby sister nestled beside her on the worn mat. At 12, Aisha's mornings began long before the sun kissed the dusty path outside their small mud brick home. While other children in the village dreamt of games and lessons, Aisha was already a whirlwind of quiet activity. Her little brother, Keto, barely 5, would stir, his small hand instinctively reaching for Aisha's. Their parents were gone, a harsh reality that had painted Aisha's world in shades of adult responsibility. Her first task, the fire. Tiny sparks, coaxed from dry twigs, soon danced into a comforting flame. The aroma of maize porridge filled the air as she stirred, her movements practiced and precise. Keto, still sleepy, watched her with wide, trusting eyes. The baby, wrapped snugly on Aisha's back, hummed a soft, contented tune as she cooked. This was her family now, and their well-being rested on her slender shoulders. As the sun climbed higher, painting the sky in fiery oranges and purples, the village came alive. Laughter drifted from the direction of the schoolhouse, a sound that sometimes pricked at Aisha's heart. She'd loved school, the stories, the numbers that clicked into place like magic. But her classroom was now the small hut, her lessons the endless chores, fetching water from the distant well, sweeping the packed earth floor, mending Keto's worn tunic. One afternoon, as Keto played with a stick in the dirt, pretending it was a mighty warrior, Aisha sat outside, the baby finally asleep. A group of children, their school bags slung over their shoulders, walked past, their voices light and carefree. One girl, barely older than Aisha, held a book, its pages open to a colorful illustration. Aisha's gaze lingered, a silent longing in her eyes. She imagined herself there among them, learning, growing, simply being a child. A sigh escaped her lips, a whisper swallowed by the vast African sky. It was a sigh of weariness, of the heavy weight of being a guardian, a provider, a mother, all before her time. She loved her siblings fiercely, but sometimes the burden felt immense, a silent scream trapped within her young chest. Mama Zawadi, a kind elder who lived nearby, was on her way to the market. She paused, her eyes wise and gentle, settling on Aisha. She didn't need words to understand the quiet struggle etched on the girl's face. "Aisha," she said softly, her voice like warm honey, "your strength shines brighter than the morning sun, but even the strongest trees need rain." Mama Zawadi didn't offer grand solutions. Instead, she offered a simple, profound gesture. "Tomorrow, when you fetch water, let Keto come to my compound. My granddaughter Nima will be there. They can play while you fill your gourds." It was a small offer, but to Aisha, it was a lifeline. The next day, as Keto giggled with Nima, chasing chickens in Mama Zawadi's yard, Aisha felt a lightness she hadn't known in months. The water gourd still felt heavy on her head, but her spirit felt a little less burdened. This small act of community, a recognition of her unseen strength, began to change things. Mama Zawadi started checking in more often, sometimes bringing a handful of vegetables, sometimes just a comforting word. Other neighbors, seeing Aisha's unwavering dedication, offered small kindnesses, a shared meal, a few hours watching the baby, a story told to Keto. Aisha's life was still full of responsibilities, but the weight no longer felt entirely hers alone. She still rose before dawn, still cared for her siblings with unwavering love. But now, amidst the quiet hum of her duties, There were also moments of shared laughter, whispers of encouragement, and the growing realization that even the strongest among us need a helping hand to carry the weight. Her childhood might have ended too soon, but her spirit, nurtured by the compassion of her community, was finding new ways to bloom.